Hey everybody, I'm Steve Owens, the tournament director for the Yamaha Right Waters Bassmaster Kayak Series. We're here for the Lake Murray Awards at the Harbison Theater in Irmo, South Carolina. This weekend we had 258 men and women come to the city to compete for 5 spots in the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship, along with a prize pool of over $49,000. As our country celebrates coming to the end of Black History Month, something that warms my heart is seeing the diversity that we have in this trail series. Not only people of different races, nationalities, but men, women, both, all working together to fish and have fun and grow the community as we do. Tournaments take care of themselves. There's always going to be a tournament somewhere with someone, but the men and women that make them up, that's what changes. And watching you all this weekend has been really good. Another thing you're fishing for this year in the Yamaha Right Waters Bassmaster Kayak Series is the Dakota Lithium Angler of the Year. Each event you'll be awarded points, and at the end of the year, your top 3 will be added up, and you'll see if you can beat Russ Snyder's, the reigning champion from last year. That winner will take home $5,000. We'd like to thank our host, Capital City Lake Murray Country. They've done so much for us this week, setting up, and then the Harbison Theater staff have been really good. I wish we had this every event so we could scroll some action up behind me here so you don't just have to look at me, but you get to see the fish that these people worked hard for. This season we're supported by not only Yamaha Right Waters, but with a renewed support from Motor Guide. We've brought in Yak Gear, and again we're hosted on TourneyX management system. For us, that's the most dependable and user-friendly app in our industry. We're very thankful for the relationships that we've been able to grow as we branch out in this series to bring in new sponsors for you all and to continue to provide more things. Something to remember that we lose sight of is when you're a Bassmaster member, it's not only about your magazine subscription. If you'll go to that Bassmaster page and start clicking around and looking, you're going to see your membership rewards. So log in there, and then you're going to get 20% off on a lot of different brands, 15 on some, and that goes a long way. You know, I've bought some wintertime stuff off of there, and it helped me. Didn't help me catch fish, but it helped me stay warm. But so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get down to why we came here, is to get these people up here and get them their checks and awards. So, you know, you all pushed through some temperatures and at times dangerous winds this weekend. This particular field in particular, although it was our largest, it literally has been the smoothest event I think I've had in some time. Last year, Susquehanna went really well, but you all have really learned the rules. You've learned the process of fishing. You've helped each other do that. It's not something I do. But the main thing this weekend was being able to get out and assist one another when the winds came out of nowhere. We thought we were going to have them early on Saturday, and it wasn't too bad. And then 10, 11 o'clock, it got, hairy out there, and there was some people stranded, and you all rallied together to get them ashore safely. So we're grateful for all of y'all doing that. I know you don't do it for fanfare, but your character deserves to be bragged on when it happens. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy up real quick. Big bass, 23 and a half with a tiebreaker of a 21-incher over Bailey Aggregate. It's Chad Walden. Grab your hardware and your trophy, your check over there, buddy. Yours is in the back, the medallion.
This right here?
Yep. It's got B.A.S.S. on it. It's for big bass.
Big bass.
Man, I bragged on you the other day. I said I had hoped that you get on stage. So just give us a quick rundown of your big bass. I love watching you on the podcast and do your interviewing. So just go ahead. You got the floor for a quick minute.
Man. I had just got slow rolling a chatterbait and had a good time, man. It hit, and I'm running 14-pound test. So when I was reeling it in, it was pretty scary. So. But I'll be honest with you, this wouldn't have happened. LC Paddle Sports, my Torqeedo broke this week, and I'm actually borrowing his Torqeedo. Mm-hmm. So Jeff Long, thank you. I greatly appreciate it, man. This is a cool experience, and have it here. And so I appreciate you for us having it here, bringing it here, and then Lake Murray Country, man. This has been a blast. So hopefully I get to come back up here again in a few minutes.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Yes, appreciate you, buddy. All right, I'm going to call up these next 5, if you don't mind. Start at the blue tape and line up. We got Gordon Quillen, Matt Millard, Tao Yang, Dave Crockett. Matt Millard. All right, we'll go ahead and let Gordon. You've placed 25th. You're taking home 218 bucks. We'll let you just give a quick few words if you like.
Well, it was a great tournament, great hosts. First time fishing one of these events, and I really enjoyed it. Saturday's day of fishing wasn't as clean as it should have been for me. I lost several good fish, but ended up today putting that AP 136 to the test along with a Dakota Lithium. I run that thing on 10 hot full speed everywhere I went, just trying to find fish and put a limit together.
All right, well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. These other gentlemen get in, if you wouldn't mind, Matt and Dave, have them wave, and I'll make certain that they get to come up here and speak. In 24th place, taking home $243, was Matt Millard from Tennessee. In 23rd place, who had to go home early this evening, $291 is Robert Weicker from Ohio. And South Carolina, Tell Yang in 22nd, taking home $364. I did that Georgia Bass Nation last year too. I'm sorry.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
I just want to thank the Lord, first and foremost, to be able to go and fish and have fun, have a good time, and just thank you guys. Thank Bassmaster. Shout out to Vinny and Blaine and Queen City Kayak Trail for for the local tournaments here. But no, it was a grind for sure. First day and second day was all a grind, and but just happy to get a limit. And thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. See you. Yes. All right, I'm going to call up the next five in no certain order. Ron Himmelhaver, Nick Huddleston. Nick, you're supposed to keep up with him. Adam Milstead, Hank Newson, Jody Queen. All right, in 20th place, taking home $437 from Tennessee, Ron Himmelhaver. So Ron, let you get into thanking anybody you need to, and just give a brief description of how your day went, and shout out to Clarksville Area Club. They fish a lot of our Tennessee Bass Nation. They show up 10, 11, 12 deep every tournament. So we're grateful for y'all up there and what y'all do.
Thank you. We really enjoy those tournaments. Big shout out to Team New Canoe. I've had a great time this tournament, hanging out with everybody, and we all demoed the new U10. That's going to be an amazing kayak. Started off a little slow for me yesterday, not the day I wanted. Today was a lot better, and we got it done. Thank you.
Thank you, man. We're having some text contact issues with the AT&T thing, evidently, because I had sent some messages earlier that were undelivered, and thankfully they all got here. So sad to say Nick Huddleston's not here. In 19th place, taking home $461 would be Nick Huddleston. So that puts us at 18th place, taking home $486. Pennsylvania's Adam Milstead. See you, man. See you, man. Glad you got in this registration, by the way.
Yeah, I missed that one in Susquehanna.
Yeah,
That's my fault. I got hit in the head too many times. So.
yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what. First things first, I got to thank the good Lord in heaven,
Amen.
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. I'm not gonna lie. There was a absolute God moment. The last 45 minutes of today, was able to find a limit Saturday, Sunday, or today. I got 4 fish on the board. It was really difficult to get a hold of the last one. Last 45 minutes, I said, God, I could use one. Next cast, hit a 1775. I was like, all right, now pressure's off.
You asked for no?
Yeah, no, I just kept asking. I was like, hey, what else I got? And all of a sudden, 1825, 1875, and then a 1925, literally back-to-back cast in one area, and it was just an awesome moment. Anyways, but I had to share that with you guys. I got to thank Fishing Online, Native Watercraft, Cross Kick Shoes, Z Pro, sponsors. You guys, thank you for supporting me. I'll do everything I can to support you guys. Thank you guys, and thank you, Steve, for putting on such a great show.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. In 17th place, taking home $607 from North Carolina, Hank Newsom. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Good job, man. You go ahead and just get into how it worked for you.
First, it was an unbelievable tournament. Thanks for
you.
everybody that put it on. First one I've ever fished in, so never been to Lake Murray. Learned a lot this week, but big thanks to Stephen Kidd, KKOA, MT66 Baits for getting me into kayak fishing. My friend Josh Helton, who I fished with, Blue Ridge Legacy, give him a follow on YouTube. Chris Fallon, who we camped with. Just have a blast fishing with my friends. Caught them all in a certain spot where I didn't practice. So, pretty much got lucky there, just making a good decision. But I had an unbelievable time and very blessed and grateful to be here.
It always works out for me is we pick a house where I think we're going to catch fish, and then I end up having to drive an hour every day away from the house we got. So appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, in 16th place with $729 going home back to West Virginia, Jody Queen.
Steve.
You know what to do, Jody. You've held a microphone long enough in your life.
Sing.
Go ahead.
No, just want to give a big shout out to Dakota Lithium. They've just their support here for Bass is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And their products phenomenal. The guys at Fishing Online, they keep me stocked up. Z-Man Baits, I threw a shaky head for all week. Hobie Eyewear, Baits Fishing Reels. Man, I'll tell you, when I come down, it was a little bit warmer, and I think the fish were up a little bit shallower, and I was hitting some docks and stuff, and I got on some pretty big fish the first couple of days I was here, and I think the cold weather kind of put them back out a little deeper, and I just didn't have the right pattern. I just kind of had to force what I had, but I stayed consistent, and that's what I was shooting for. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's just is anybody giving lessons on deep water fishing up there? Because I could use I'm a shallow guy, so. But I appreciate everything you do, man. And Bassmasters, there's a reason why there's 258 people that showed up at this tournament, and I just appreciate everything.
Thank you, Jody.
All right, buddy.
Good to see you. Thank you. Anybody that wants to sing is welcome to. We're in a theater. I had an old timer I used to work with said one good thing about my singing is I had good volume, so I didn't know how to take that, but I like it. So I'm going to call up the next 5: Ryan Nye, Russ Snyders, Bennett Nall, Nick Audie, Chad Wallen. Everybody else, if you don't mind scooting over to the bottom right. All right, in 15th place, taking home $850, North Carolina's Chad Walden.
All right. Now I go crazy. Got my nerves out.
That's
So.
it. I like it.
No.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah, no, this is actually my home waters. I live in Aiken, South Carolina. I fish with Queen City. Queen City, Vinny runs a tight ship up there, teaches us, and if we screw up on our fish, he'll let us know. So we try to do really good with the pictures and everything. So, but this one's story. Hey, your prayers worked again last night. You keep praying for me. That's my 6-year-old daughter. She said some prayers. She said some prayers for Jeremy, but she said third place praises for Jeremy and first for me. So, but I don't think I got.
Right.
She got her priorities right. I don't think I got him, but but this is a wonderful time, man, and thanks Lake Murray Country and Steve for running this and bringing this here. So I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
14th place, taking home $972 from North Carolina, Bennett Nall. Bennett, how does it feel to beat Chad?
It feels amazing. It's like the best tournament I think I've had before. Just for the fact that I beat Chad. But
Yeah. You only got him by 3/4 of an inch, though, and he about screwed it up with that net pick. Talk about Vinny. Vinny's going to get on him on this one. Go ahead.
That's why I take multiple photos.
Yeah,
so.
take multiple pictures for sure.
I had found a pattern in practice, kind of fishing docks and just dragging a worm, and then the cold weather kind of knocked them on their head, and I had some rock piles and brush piles, and I literally caught fish all day everywhere on docks, brush piles, points. It's just I probably caught 10, 15 fish both days and never caught a big one. I think my big one of the weekend was 18, and I was just consistent and didn't lose too many fish. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot. That typically ends up with a pretty good finish. So we appreciate you coming out and fishing, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
In 13th place, taking home $1,093, Connecticut, Ryan Nye. Okay. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan, we'll let you talk about your weekend. Anybody you want to thank?
So first, I should probably thank my wife for letting me come out and do this stuff and run around and fish all these different lakes. Besides that, just got to thank Old Town, Black Hall Outfitters, and the rest of my sponsors that helped me do this. And Steve for putting on this whole thing. Lake Murray is awesome. I've been here the last couple of years, and it's always tough, but it's always been good to me. So I'm happy to be here, and thanks for bringing Bassmaster here.
It's all right, man. Easy ain't always good. It's all right to have a tough one every now and then. Thank you, man. Good to see you. In 12th place, taking home $1,215, Russ Snyder's, Tennessee. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. All right, Russ, I know you started that good yesterday, had a great limit, 92.5. Had a good limit today, but it obviously wasn't what you had yesterday, so I'd let you get into what all happened for you and didn't.
Well, every day I've been up here, it's been pretty tough. I can't say I really had a great day up here as far as fishing goes, but every day I've got, 7, 8 fish a day, and I think it kind of held through to the tournament. Same thing. I had maybe 5 or 6 areas that you just kind of flip a coin and go. It's one of those where it's just kind of hard to decide where to go, but I picked a few different ramps and got a little flurry first thing in the morning yesterday, and then nothing, and then today was really a grind, and then the last 10 minutes I had a couple coals, but yeah, each day only caught 8 fish. Kind of junk fishing with either shaky head or spinnerbait, crankbait, a little bit of all that, but really fun lake, and it's even though the numbers weren't up, there's definitely some big fish caught, a couple 23s and quite a few 20s. So it's a lake I really like, and have a little bit of dirty water and clear water, so it's a great place. Happy came out here for the first Bassmaster event, and loving the new Bonafide PWR. So for those of you who want to take a look at that, I'm happy to show you my kayak and take it out and spin if you like. But got it with the Torqeedo motor, and it's been treating me good so far.
All right, brother. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you. That puts us at 11th place from Pennsylvania, taking home $1,336, Nick Audie. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. You got that hat on. Y'all made it famous this weekend.
Yeah. I caught all my fish on forward-facing sonar, so we were going out there and scoping and hoping. I had a pretty tough day yesterday. The wind really messed my bite up and made it hard to navigate the lake, so I wasn't able to get to fish as much as the stuff that I wanted to fish. But today was better conditions, able to go out there, control the transducer a little bit more, make good casts on fish, and put together a good limit. So, yeah, I caught most of my fish yesterday on an A-rig, and today I caught them all on a drop shot. So that was how my weekend went. It was pretty fun. Thanks for hosting this tournament. Bassmaster does a great job.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Good to see you. All right, the first 5 of the top 10. We'll call up Jeremy Heath, Matthew Connett, Casey Reed, Derek Brundle, Jason Broach. You can tell who's got a motor. Everybody's taking those stairs like that. Revived your knees, hasn't it? Yeah. So, all right, then we'll get to it. In 10th place, taking home $1,458 for Virginia, Casey Reed. See you, Casey.
Thank you, Steve-O.
Man, appreciate you.
Man, I absolutely love Lake Murray. I think we've came down here 4 or 5 years now for tournaments, and I've done good in pretty much all of them. This place, the fish population is so healthy. I mean, I don't always catch a ton of fish, but if y'all have seen them, they just all have guts on them. It's just such a good population, and they're all super healthy. I caught all my fish on a shaky head for the most part. Go figure. But fishing brush piles, fishing docks, fishing laydowns. Just kind of running and gunning. I covered a lot of water each day, from muddy water to clear water, and just ran that and caught a bunch of fish. I'd like to thank Old Town, Dakota Lithium, and Hummingbird, and want to thank friends and family for all the support that they give me, and want to thank you, Steve-O, and Bassmaster for all that you do, and all you guys that came out to fish this event and show up here to support all of us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Steve-O.
See you soon, bro. In 9th place, taking on $1,701 from Massachusetts, Matthew Connick. See you, brother. This is back-to-back Bassmaster events with a check, isn't it?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, you cashed a check on Susquehanna last year. So go ahead, man. You got the floor.
I just want to start with thanking New Canoe, Covellum and Sons Construction, Broadless Custom Rods, Steve Owens,
Appreciate you.
Bassmasters for putting it all on. Lake Murray's great. I had an all right practice. It was tough at the beginning, but kind of dialed it in. And first day, had a decent bag. Had a hell of a ride back to the ramp. And then today it was kind of a struggle for me. Started off slow. I got one good bite at the beginning, and then it was tough to pick out the next 3 fish. And then at the end of the last hour, once the board went down, I got a 22.5 and a 17.5 on Navrig, and I haven't caught a fish all week on Navrig, so
Wow.
it kind of worked out. But that's about it. Had a great week. Love Lake Murray.
Keep reaching that bag of tricks. You never know what comes out, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All right, in 8th place, taking home $1,944 from North Carolina, Jeremy Heath. I saw you looking at Chad's big bag medallion.
Yeah.
This man caught a monster on Lake Hartwell last year before we incorporated that into the proceedings here. So he's owed a medallion, Duke. So, all right, brother, go ahead. You got the floor.
That'd be awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I want to thank the good Lord above. I'm very blessed to be here. This has been an awesome couple days. I did not have a motor, and I'm glad to be standing here knowing that I was able to compete against this kind of a field without one.
You know, track still ran with regular legs, so I mean, you don't always have to have electronics. I mean, yeah.
I'm feeling it. But yeah, I would like to thank Native Watercraft, True South Custom Lures, A Squared Baits, my friends and family. I've had a great time with my friends. Y'all are awesome. Shout out to Queen City that I'm a big part of. That's probably my number one sponsor. And I guess that's about it.
Well, good job, my man. Good job. Good to see you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, in 7th place, taking home $2,187, Jason Broach. Good job, Jason. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
No surprise you're up here. Just gonna let you go ahead and, was it a surprise for you to be up here?
Kind of, because I had about a day and a half pre-fishing, found a little something Wednesday, had 3 bites. So I just took a chance, new area. I've been to this lake 4 times, and to kind of echo what Casey was talking about, I mean, this lake does put out some big fish. Home waters down in Santee, it puts out some good ones, but being here 4 times, the quality of the fish is just awesome, and always produces. But for this weekend, I think I caught a keeper each day, dragging a worm around docks. But 55-degree water, I locked the A-rig in my hand and threw that, majority of the day, each day. Caught them in the front of docks, sides of docks, over brush piles, over crappy beds, just every little random thing. If I saw an object on an active target, I threw at it. And I could usually watch 1, 2, maybe 5 fish come after it. And it's a little frustrating not getting all of them to eat, but I got the right ones to eat, I guess. And yeah, I'm impressed. Glad with the finish. Good AOI points, and try to give it a run and see if I can't, take down Russ Snyder's. That's always a hard thing to do, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you got him today.
Yeah. Big shout out to my wife, Robin, baby girl Junebug, half a mile over there at my brother-in-law's house. Thanks to him and sister-in-law for letting us stay there. Hobie Fishing, Dakota Lithium, keeping that Newport powered up, the Lowrance powered up, GoPros running, and all the different pure fishing companies, Abby Garcia, Berkeley, Spiderwire, rod reel line combinations, my go-to.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, Jason. Good to see you. All right. In 6th place, taking home $2,430 from Massachusetts, Derek Brundle. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Derek, well, real quick, I just want to say something here. I've just typically been kind of saving the limits towards the end for time. You had a pretty monster bag today, 94 and a half. Yesterday, I know the wind was probably a condition to where maybe you couldn't stay where you were on fish, or was this a new area today because you didn't have to fight the wind?
No, I ran the same area yesterday as I did today. The wind wasn't a factor until we were going back to the ramp. It got pretty hairy out there, and yeah, it wasn't a pleasant crossing. We kind of did the buddy system. One of our teammates, Jake, and I made the crossing kind of together because it was pretty ugly.
It's always better to go down with somebody.
Yeah, right.
It's just,
At least you could have watched me drown if that was the case. But no, I mean, it was a bit of a stumble yesterday, to be honest with you. I kind of swung for the fences and missed a little bit. I mean, it was decent. I put up, I think, like 85 and a quarter yesterday. Yeah. But came out of the gate this morning swinging. Ran the same pattern that I ran yesterday. I think my fish just finally sat down where they were supposed to be, where I'd found them in practice. Just running a Fritz side, just grinding the bank, and stayed on the bank pretty much the whole time. And it worked out pretty good today anyways. I just never got one of those giant slobs that you see rolling by on the screen up here. I did get one in practice pretty big, but didn't really do too much for me in the tournament anyways. But I'd like to give a big shout out to New Canoe. I mean, they went and rented us a big old house this week, and we got some of our new U10s over there. Those things are incredible. We got to play with them for quite a bit. You keep an eye on for those hitting your local dealer pretty soon. Big shout out to Amped Outdoors, Motor Guide, the Home for Little Wanderers, Devaney Energy, and Yak Rods.
All right, man. You got anything else on the schedule this year you can make with us, you think?
I'll be fishing all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, if I need something, I know who to call on the road.
Where's Russ at, Russ? Where's your hand, Russ? You know where I'm coming.
Hey, one of the nicest guys in kayak fishing. Everybody's coming after him now. That's great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That does speak volumes to a champion, Russ. I brag on all of you, but watching him at these events, although he's a champion, fierce competitor, always see him lending a helping hand like the rest of you I keep talking about. And so thankful for him to be a representative of what we all do in this sport, along with a bunch of all of you sitting here looking at me right now. So thank all of y'all. Did Nick, Dave, or Matt make it? Matt Millard, Dave Crockett, or Nick Huddleston? Come on down. Okay. Come on down, Crockett. Sorry, I can't see who I was up there. I just wanted to give you a chance to get up here and,
No,
and
you're good,
just
man.
talk about your weekend, man. Sorry about that tech stuff.
Better late than never, right? You're good.
That's right.
Fishing was much better yesterday. It's kind of slow today. Started out slow yesterday. Caught them all on the Cinco and then caught them all out on the jig, fishing docks. Pretty much burnt 2 batteries up running around. And today, just the afternoon, the bite was on and just ran out of time. But I just want to say thanks to Ronnie Robinson and Becky Robinson, people I stay with and travel with. She kept me fed all week. That was a big help. Thank you to my wife and my dad for making all this possible. And River Runners, my kayak club back home, they're like family. So
appreciate that.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you, man. Be safe getting back.
Yes, sir.
That's one of the gentlemen. If you're in the Delaware, Maryland area, you can contact about your Bass Nation stuff up there, which is something else I'll add to what you're fishing for this year. The top 5 from each event make it to the championship. The top 50 from the Dakota Lithium Angler of the Year based off your points. And then you can fish in through your Bass Nation state chapter. So reach out to me if you got any questions about that if you don't already have one. So I'm going to go ahead and call down the next 5. Wyatt Hammond, Jake Kukeles, Ryan Malowicz. I'm so sorry about that. Josh Stewart, Bailey Igret. Old Town, y'all got y'all on some nice jerseys, y'all. Y'all did a good job. All right, go ahead and get to it. In 5th place, qualifying for the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship. You'll grab your trophy and check. Come up, taking home $2,673. Wyatt Hammond. All right, man. Now you get to juggle that.
Yeah, get all the stuff.
Good to see you,
So,
man.
I
I'll let
mean-
you just talk about your weekend. And we'll get started with, you had 89.5 yesterday. You had a good, it's a sizable, jump. It's 3 inches is a lot in a kayak tournament. 92.5 today with 182 even. So what did it take to get it done for you?
So today was all 15, 25 foot of water, football jig, and shaky head. It was just I just had a kind of a route of spots, and I just kind of went from one spot to the next, to the next, and the next, and just kept on running through that. I came out here about a month ago, and I just literally just scanned all day. I just drove around the cove all day, and I know where every single stick, stump, rock, everything is in that entire cove. And I came out here on Thursday pre-fishing, and I figured out kind of what structure they're sitting on, and I just ran that all day today and yesterday.
Anybody want to thank?
So I've got my family here, my mom and my sister. I want to thank my supporters. I was getting text messages all day today and yesterday about, just one more, a little bit more, just go a little bit more. So I appreciate that. Old Town, I'm going to say this is my first tournament fishing the Autopilot 136, and yesterday it saved my life. Because that 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing across the lake, I had to go across some open water going back, and especially just holding in some of the spots. I was fishing shaky in 25 feet of water, so being able to sit in one spot was entirely key for that. So those guys, Amped Outdoors, I got a 160 amp hour battery in that thing, and I don't even think I even ran it down half. So I put 16 and a half miles on it yesterday, and probably 12, 13 miles a day, and it was awesome.
Man, we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on qualifying for the championship next year. Good to see you. In 4th place with a 96-inch limit on day 1 and 87.5 today, 183.5 total. Tennessee Bass Nation Angler of the Year a couple years ago, Josh Stewart. Got it down whenever you leave.
Oh, okay.
All right, Josh, what worked for you this
Oh, well, yesterday I fished clean. It was a pretty good day, all on the jig. Every fish, I just put the jig in my hand and threw it all day. And now today was a different story. Had a really tough time getting the limit. Threw a jig until probably really about like 12 o'clock, and I picked up the spinning rod and I actually started catching fish again. But didn't fish as clean as I did yesterday. Missed a couple opportunities, but that's how it goes. And I just really like to thank my sponsors, Jackson Kayak, Dugout Bait and Tackle, Stormy at Dakota Lithium, also Wade Clements for sending me a last minute Yak Attack accessory before I left, Berkeley Fishing, and Newport Motors.
What do you got next?
I'm not even sure. I have to look at the schedule.
I thought you were like mine. It's just like Christmas.
Also, my wife and my mom for babysitting this weekend.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Year one of being a dad, you're still getting to fish a lot. That's a pretty good thing, man.
Yeah, not as much as I was, but
yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to be back at it a little bit.
That's good to see you.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. In third place, taking home $3,889. Day one limit 87.5 and a stud limit of 96 today, breaking a tie with Josh Stewart, 183.5 inches, Bailey Iger. You catch big fish, you get big trophies, old son.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I'll just let you get into, well, number one, how's it feel to lose big bass of a tournament with the 23 plus?
I don't know. That's the biggest fish I ever put on a board. So congrats on it. I'm cool with it either way. It was a big fish. That's right. Yeah. It scared me half to death because it came on 6-pound test. So when I saw that come up wallering, I was, heartbeat was going. But we got her in. That's all that matters. But congrats on big bass. Yeah, I'll say first and foremost, you guys for putting on this event. You guys are doing great things for our sport of kayak fishing. I got to thank my wife that's watching this right now. We actually got back from honeymoon 2 weeks ago, and thankfully she let me come here and fish this event. And I got to thank X2 Power. They supported me for the past couple of years. I'm making great lithium batteries and really investing in the anglers in kayak fishing. And then also Morgan Marine, because otherwise I wouldn't have a Hobie without Morgan Marine. And was much needed yesterday. Some of the winds we had down towards the dam. So it got pretty rowdy.
Well, Bailey, I mentioned he's offshore specialist. Really dialed in with electronics and mapping. He's got a really good podcast. He and Justin Largan, Serious Angler. Check it out on all the platforms, and we appreciate you. And what do you got next on your agenda?
Man, I have no idea.
You got to find out when you get back home.
That's pretty much whatever the wife will allow.
Whatever we get away with. I appreciate
right.
you, man. Thank you.
That's
Good
right.
to see you. Second place, taking home $6,325. Had 89.25 yesterday and a monster limit of 94.75 today for 184 inches. Ryan Madowitz. Yeah, I get close.
Matt 11th.
Matt 11th. Okay,
yeah, it's not too far away.
It's got no CH in it, so it's what messes me up. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so thank you for having us all out here. It was a wild time. Firstly, I'd like to just thank God. He's been wearing his gear out all day and all weekend. And my wife, Kelsey, and my mom and dad for traveling down here with me. It just means the world. And this lake is sentimental, as Casey has mentioned. This is like our 4th or 5th time here, and it's just always been a great time. And last year at day 2 of the KBF Trail Series event, it was first thing in the morning. I got a phone call from my wife, Kelsey, and she told me that we were going to be expecting a little baby boy who's sitting right down here in the front row that I found out about that day. And then I ended up turning around and winning that tournament the day I found out about it. So super special place. And for me to come down here and even have a chance to stand on this stage and be able to do it for him who's sitting down there, it's an incredible feeling. And thanks, Old Town, for doing everything you do for me. As some of the other team members were up here mentioning, that autopilot, the weather, as everybody knew, was like blowing 30, 40 out there. It was no joke. It was like Great Lake almost kind of style waves out there in certain areas. And that autopilot just made me feel safe, and it kept me on the water, powered by my Dakota Lithium batteries. Who's another one of my sponsors. Stormy's great for the whole sport of, I mean, man, what doesn't he support now? I mean, with Bassmaster, KBF, I mean, everybody he's out there supporting all of us anglers. Thank you, Stormy, appreciate it. And then also Daiwa fishing rods. They make a great product, and I made the switch with those guys, and I really am enjoying it. And that's really it. I mean, most of my tournament yesterday was a little bit more of a struggle. I kind of tried to cover a whole lot of water, and should have stayed in the same spot. Today I kind of just choked down in one area and stayed and focused a little bit more there, and I ended up putting up a bigger bag. But all my fish, I was just power fishing an A-rig, just covering as much water as I possibly could, just looking for different like setups of fish that were getting ready to move up to spawn. There was a lot of pre-spawners getting ready to push up, and I was just locating them and just trying to force feed it. I mean, I must have had 1 million followers today, but caught enough of them to matter. So, and that's pretty much it. So, congratulations to everybody else. And the next guy that's coming up here, he's if I had to lose to somebody, nobody more would I rather take second to than Jake, who's about to step up to the stage. We were at an event not too long together in Lake George, New York, and I fished with my dad up there, Francis, for and we go to different events and whatnot together. And we launched at a ramp at Lake George, and a bunch of other people were around and whatnot. And I was kind of struggling to get the kayak on my trailer, and like everybody else, kind of just doing their own thing, leaving. And Jake came out of his way for me here, and he helped my dad and I pick up and load the kayak onto the trailer as a complete stranger before I even really knew who he was. So great person, great character, and super pumped for him to take the stage here.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate all of that.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Y'all are killing me with the family stuff. You know, I'm a crybaby. I sit up here, all the God moments and babies and all that stuff. I love it. I really appreciate all of you coming out in the theater. It's got a lot of people in here. We really appreciate you all showing up to support these people as they get their awards. So, all right, in first place, we had 99 3/4 inch yesterday, 89 inches today, 188.75 inches. New Jersey's Jake Kukley's. They told me to do it.
Well, first I want to thank Bassmaster for putting on an awesome event. I'm so glad they got into the kayak series. And then I definitely got to thank God, because that's the only way this weekend was possible. I mean, I don't know how everything works so perfectly for me. And then I definitely got to thank my buddy John Comadot, who passed away last year. I know he's watching over me right now. There's no way I would have caught these fish if it wasn't for him. Thank you to all the people back in Jersey. I can't even keep up with all the phone calls and texts that I've got the last couple of days. If I haven't answered you, I'm sorry. I just can't keep up with it. I mean, this has just been an amazing weekend. I caught them all power fishing, all crankbait, chatterbait, wobblehead. I have it all on GoPro. It's going to be an awesome video. I mean, this has basically been my life since I was 5 years old, and I've seen Mike Iaconelli win the Classic. This is literally all I've ever wanted to do. I mean, I skipped parties and proms and everything for this. I mean, I slept in my car. I didn't eat for days to afford the entry fees and afford the gas. I literally put my entire life into this. So for it to all finally work out, it's just amazing. It's got to be God, and it's got to be John watching over me. I'm just so happy. Like, is there any questions that you got? Is there any questions?
What kind of crankbait did you use?
I used the tactical DD, caught a lot of my important ones. I caught one on a DT10, and I caught one on a rock crawler. And the 3/4 ounce jackhammer, that's what I caught the two big ones on yesterday, and I caught 116 on that today. Yo-yoing it. It's a technique I actually learned fishing for fluke, not even bass, and it actually worked out perfectly this weekend.
That's awesome. That's a good technique. We've learned that from Jody Queen a little while back where I live in Tennessee. I can't throw a 3/4 ounce and do it. It'll wear my arms out. But you got anything else on your schedule this year, you think?
I want to do Gunnersville with you guys, and definitely Susky. Susky is only 2 hours from me. That's like basically like my home water, kind of.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
That'll be awesome.
Well, man,
and keep your eye out for my YouTube video. It'll be coming sometime this week.
Yeah, put that out there, man. All the community will share it around. We're grateful that you've gotten up and said everything that you did, because when it hits somebody the way it does you, to be up here and be a Bassmaster winner, and especially in this type of event with all of these heavy big hitters fishing, the amount of big quality fish, and for you to put it together after catching almost 100 inches yesterday, that messes a lot of people's brains up. I mean, it's hard to get that out of your mind. I'm sure maybe you probably didn't sleep well.
Didn't sleep at all.
Yeah. So, man, but you've done a great job representing yourself and the kayak community here today on this stage. And we just wanted to let you give one last shout out or thank you to anybody.
Also, shout out to my buddy Ryan. Ryan Melia. He came from Jersey with me too. Me and him came down here. I got to give him a shout out. Shout out to all the people from Jersey. I mean, my mom, my dad, definitely. I mean,
I don't know what to say right now. I'm just so happy. Like,
Well, congratulations, man. We're so grateful for you and what you've done this weekend and starting this season off with what you're displaying right here. I couldn't thank you.
and also I want to say I did not have a motor or a live scope, so don't and nobody make any excuses. I hate when people make excuses.
Right. Yeah. It's not ever about what you have or don't have. Your ability and your drive is something that you can't control. And him, along with countless other people in this community, it doesn't matter. Just get out and fish. You can't beat anyone if you're at home complaining. So get out and freaking fish. That's all you got to do.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man.
All right, everybody that's cashed a check, the 25 that I messaged, apologize to Matt Millard if the AT&T, the thing didn't work out, but Matt's a Tennessee hammer. He fishes everything across the country. And I want to, with that, we have the kayak bass fishing events coming back up here to Capital City, Lake Murray Country next weekend. The Hovey Series is coming to South Carolina and Lake Norman, North Carolina. So get out and fish everything that you can. But this wraps up our first event, and it's been an amazingly positive weekend. Up next, we've got the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship on Lake Tenkiller in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. That's for our Yamaha Rightwater Bassmaster Kayak Series champion. Will be held again. Russ will either be handing himself another trophy or somebody else on stage. The anglers will be fishing on Wednesday and Thursday before the Classic field starts on Grand Lake. And that's March 2021st. And then that Friday, awards will be held on the Bassmaster Classic stage again, where 10 of our competitive men and women will get a shot at walking across the stage up there and become a Bassmaster champion. After that, our season's going to pick back up on Grayford, Texas, or in Grayford, Texas on Possum Kingdom, April 13th and 14th. That's where Michael Cates and Joe Camarero both posted 200-inch limits for the weekend last year. But before that, we had the origination of the Possum King, Mark Pendergraph, where he and Joe McElroy and Brad Case also put up epic 200-inch battles for that weekend, and he became a Bassmaster champion himself. So head on over to the Bassmaster webpage, as I mentioned to you. Look at your membership benefits. Go to the kayak section. It's got everything that you're going to need to register, your lake maps, launch list, and everything like that. You all have my phone number. I'm easily accessible, so just reach out if you've got any questions. And thank you to Capital City, Lake Murray, again, country, Irmo, South Carolina, the people at Bassmaster that support us back home. And thank all of you. God bless. Be safe. And we'll catch you all next time. And a big shout out to Yamaha Rightwaters, Motor Guide, Yak Gear, and Attorney X. Be safe. Reach out to us if you got any questions. Thank you.